Welcome to Mathematics Made Easy by Mary MJ. Here I'll be discussing Class 11, Chapter 1, Sets. What is a set? A set is a well-defined collection of objects. What do you mean by this well-defined collection? So we'll discuss what is that well-defined collection here. So if I'm asking two persons, let two persons, one person be Sonu and the other one Monu. I'm asking Sonu, what are the dangerous animals? So he answered, I asked for two dangerous animals and he answered that elephant and tiger. According to Monu, he told that lion and snake. According to him, those two are the dangerous animals for him. Whereas Sonu replied elephant and tiger. So I got two different answers. Sonu told one answer, Monu told another answer. So it is not a well-defined collection because different answers for different persons. So this is not a set. The reason is the answers are varying from person to person. So if the answers are varying from person to person, we call that it is not a set. Then what is a set? Set is a well-defined collection. So how can we say which are the well-defined collection? So to both these same persons, I am asking another question. What is the set of natural numbers? So again, Sonu told that set of natural numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Whereas Monu told that the same answer 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. But in the first case, when I asked for dangerous animals, he answered, both of them answered differently. Whereas in this case, when I asked for set of natural numbers, both of them answered it same. So this is called well-defined because it is not changing. If I'm asking the same question to a third person also, the set of natural numbers never changes. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. itself. So well-defined means the answer does not changes from person to person. So well-defined means the answer will not change. Answer will not change from person to person. So like that way we can find out a lot of example for sets. VIBGYOR. If I am asking to Sonu or to Monu, they will say that VIBGYOR means it is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So VIBGYOR. It will not change from the colors will not change from person to person. Both of them will say the same answer. So such type of collection we call that it is a set. It is a well-defined collection of objects. Understand that the answer will not change from person to person. Now again, the set of English alphabets. English alphabets does not change. It is A, B, C, D, etc. So if both of them saying also, they will be giving us the same answer. So such type of collection is called a set. And we can represent this set in many ways. Two different ways we can represent. So what are the two different ways of representing a set? Representation of a set. The first method is the roster form. First method is the roster form, or another name is tabular form. And second method is set builder form. So there are two ways of representing a set. One is the roster form or the tabular form, and second one is set builder form. And in roster form, what we have, how we will be representing the elements in the roster form. In the roster form, we'll be writing the elements within brackets, and also we'll be writing only the elements putting a comma in between. That is, if it is set of vowels, vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So we'll be writing all the elements by separating them by commas. That is called roster form. And we have to write it in here. We have to represent these elements by capital letters. So the full set will be giving a capital letter for them. So that is A equal to set A, E, I, O, U. So whenever we are representing a set, we have to write in capital letters. That is, A is equal to, or B is equal to, or C equal to, like that way some names will be giving for every set. So I can write A is equal to set 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So every set will be represented by a capital letter. Not even we can write it as A or B or C or etc. Any alphabet. Then another thing is that in a set we should not repeat the elements. If I am writing the elements of the word school, I have to write it as S, C, H, O, L. No need of writing it 2 times. Only the elements of the school, elements of the word school, I can write it as SCHOL, where this 2 O's, I don't want to repeat it again. I have to write only once, and it should be written by a capital letter here. We are representing the set by a capital letter. So in SCHOL, here instead of 2 O's, I have written only 1 O. We don't want to repeat the elements in a set. And the way in which I have written here, that is only the elements separating by commas, we call it as the roster form, or another name for roster form is tabular form. Then second way of representation of a set is set builder form. In set builder form, we will write only a common property. That is, that property will be satisfied with the whole elements of that set. So you can write here as A equal to, if I am writing this A, E, I, O, U, instead of writing the elements, we will write it as A equal to set X such that, this column represents that, such that, set X such that X is a vowel in English alphabets. So how to write in set builder form? We will be writing only the property which satisfies the whole elements. So A, E, I, O, U, I can write it as set X such that X is a vowel in English alphabet. So that is a set builder form. Or another example I can write for set builder form, set X such that X is an element of n. That means X is an element of natural numbers. So instead of writing the natural number 1, 2, 3, etc., I can write it as B is equal to set X such that X is an element of n. That is another example for set builder form. So now I'll write one example in set builder form. Set X such that X square plus X minus 2 equal to 0. We have to write the elements of the set. Set X such that X square plus X minus 2 equal to 0. We have to write in the roster form. How to write in the roster form? In order to write in the roster form, we have to find out what are the elements of this X. We have to find out the elements of X. For that, we have to solve the equation X square plus X minus 2 equal to 0. We have to find out what are the elements of X. So, how to find out the solution? For finding out what are the elements of x, we have to find out, we have to solve the equation. We have studied in 10th standard how to solve a second degree equation or a quadratic equation. So for that we can take the last term, that is minus 2, and find the factors of minus 2 such a way that we have to find out the factors of minus 2 such a way that those two factors, if I'm adding, I'll get the middle term. So if I'm taking 2 and minus 1, multiplying, I'm getting it as minus 2, and if I'm adding 2 and minus 1, I'm getting it as plus 1. So that means its factors are, you can write it as x plus 2 into x minus 1 equal to 0, or x equal to minus 2 comma 1. So the values of x, or the solution set of x square plus x minus 2 equal to 0 are minus 2 and 1. So I can write in the roster form C is equal to set minus 2 comma 1. So this is in the roster form, this is in the set builder form. So always in roster form we'll write only the elements separated by commas, whereas in set builder form we'll write only the common property which it is satisfied for all the whole elements of that particular set. Now I'll give some examples of a set, that is one example. We have to identify whether it is a set or not. The collection of all the months, collection of all the months of a year. So the collection of all the months of a year means we have 12 months, it is definite, and it will not change from person to person, so that is definitely, it is a set. Then what about the most talented writers? The most talented writers in India. The most talented writers in India changes from person to person, because if it is being asked to a Malayali, he will be telling Malayali Kavis or like that way persons, whereas if it is being asked to a North Indian, he will tell some other person's name. So the answers are changing from person to person, that means this is not a set. So hope you have understood what is a set, how to represent a set. Then here we can see that in this we have found out the solution C is equal to set x such that x square plus x minus 2 equal to 0, and we got that minus 2 and 1 are the solution. So I can say that minus 2 is an element of C. See, you have to understand this symbol, this stands for element. So minus 2 is an element of the set C, whereas minus 3 is not an element of the set C. So I need to make you familiar about these two symbols. One is an element and this is not an element. So that is about sets, its roster form, whether these are the elements of the given set or not. Then we'll find out what I'll be discussing here, what are the different types of sets. Types of sets. First one is empty set. Empty set. What is an empty set? A set which does not contain any elements is called an empty set. Can you give an example for an empty set? I'll help you to give an example. That is set x such that x is a student studying in 11th and 12th. So it is not possible for a student to study in both 11th and 12th. It is not possible. So this how many will be there studying in both 11th and 12th? No one will be there. So it is an empty set. So another name for empty set is null set. Null set. Another name is void set. So empty set is the same as null set is the same as void set, We can represent null set as like this way, 2 brackets without any elements, or we can write the null set as like this. So these are the two ways of writing the null set. And what is a null set is? The set will be empty. The year, that is a month having 32 days. Will be there any months having 32 days? No month. So what you can write is the set is empty, or that set consists of no elements and the representation is null set, or you can write it as like this way with 2 brackets. Then second one is finite or infinite sets. Finite or infinite sets. Finite and infinite sets, both we have to study. And what do you mean by finite? From the name itself you can understand finite means it is countable. We can count the number of elements. Finite sets means it is countable collection. We can find out how many elements are there. So, can you tell an example? I will help you to give an example for countable collection. That is a set of even numbers less than 10. It is countable. Set of even numbers. Set of even numbers less than 10. And I can represent it as set 2, 4, 6, 8. I can't take 10 because it is told for less than 10. I need only the even numbers less than 10. So it is a countable collection. I can count the number of elements in that. Same way, set of natural numbers. Natural numbers less than 100. It is also countable. Set of natural numbers less than 100 is countable because it is from 1, 2, 3, etc. 99. There will be 99 natural numbers less than 100. So it is a countable collection. Whereas if we can't count the number of elements in that, we call it as infinite sets. Infinite sets. So example is the full set of natural numbers or set of natural numbers. If I am not telling the end, how much we have to below which value, or if I am not telling the end value, so I have to say set of natural numbers is not countable. So such a set which is not countable are called infinite sets. So many examples we can find out for infinite set. That is set of rational numbers. We cannot count it. Set of rational numbers. Then set of integers. Then set of natural numbers, set of integers, set of prime numbers. These all are infinite sets. Then, so hope understood infinite set, finite set. Next we have to move on to equal sets. When two sets are equal, let A be a set and B be another set. Let A is equal to set 1, 2, 3 and B is equal to set 3, 2, 1. Here we can see that number of elements in both the sets are same and also the elements are same. So if both the sets consist of same number of elements and equal elements, same elements as well as the same number of elements, we call it as equal sets. So here A and B are equal sets because it consists of same number of elements as well as the same elements itself it consists of. So another example is let A is equal to elements of the set school, that is S, C, H, O and L, or school we can't use it, some other we'll take for equal sets. School means we'll be taking some other set. I'll take follow, elements of the set follow, F-O-L-O-W. Because I have taken only the elements, I have to write only L once. Then B means it is and O also, here FOLOW only once I have to write. FOLW. Okay. In the case of wolf, WOLF. You can see here both the elements of the set in A and B are equal and the number of elements also equal. So in both the cases it is A and B are equal. Then some more examples we'll do it here. Are the given pairs of sets equal? So first set is given as A equal to set 2 comma 3 and B is equal to set X such that X is a solution of X square plus 5X plus 6 equal to 0. Now we have to check whether both A and B are equal. A we know it is set 2 comma 3 and B we know it is a set X such that X is a solution of X square plus 5X plus 6 equal to 0. So I have to find out what are the solutions of this. So we'll find out the solution, that is we'll solve that X square plus 5X plus 6 equal to 0 and see what are the factors of 6 first. Factors are 2 and 3. If you are adding, we'll get it as 5 itself. So I can write this as, this is X plus 3 into X plus 2 equal to 0 or X equal to minus 3 comma minus 2. So this consists, if I am writing in the roster form, this will be minus 3 comma minus 2. And set A is set 2 comma 3. B is set minus 3 comma minus 2. So even though the number of elements in both the sets are equal, but A is not equal to B, the elements are not same. Hence, we can say that the two sets are not equal. So that is related to the different types of sets. We have discussed what are the different types of sets: finite, infinite, and equal sets. Then next is subset. Subsets. What do you mean by subset? If the set A is contained in set B, in B, we call it as subset. What is the meaning of that? If A is equal to set 1, 2, 3, B is equal to set 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We can say that all the elements of the first set A is contained in the second set. That is set 1, 2, 3 elements are 1, 2, 3 of the first set are also the elements of the second set B. So I can say that A is a subset of B. So again another one is let A is equal to set of natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Then B is equal to integers, that is 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, etc. So here also all the elements of set A is contained in set B, or I can say that A is a subset of B. And here, considering this A and B, here B is the bigger set. B is a bigger set than A, or we can say B is a superset of A. B is the bigger set than A and we call it as B is the superset. Here A is the subset of B. So you have to understand the symbol. Subset means like this way and superset, this just the reverse sign. That is a superset. Now, how many elements, how many subsets is possible? How can you find out the number of subsets? So before telling how many subsets are there, we'll find out how many subsets we can write here. See that. I'm taking a small set, set 1, 2, 3. Here I can say that set 1 is a subset of capital A. Set 2 is a subset of capital B. Sorry, set 2 is a subset of A itself. Set 2 is also a subset of A. Then set 3 is a subset of A. Then set 1 comma 2 is also a subset of A, because 1 and 2 is contained in A, then also it is a subset. Then set 1, 2, 3 is again a subset of A. Then set 2, 3, these all are subsets of A. So we can say that we can find out how many subsets. Here I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again it is there. So 1, 2 is there, 2, 3 is a subset, then 1, 3 is also a subset. Set 1, comma 3 is also a subset of A. But while telling the number of subsets for a particular set, we write it as 2 raised to number of elements of A. But in this case, you can see 2 raised to number of elements here, it is 3. So 2 raised to 3 means it is 8. But I can see here only 7 subsets. Where is the last one extra? That is, where is that last which it is not written here? That is the null set. So null set is the subset of every set. Null set is the subset of, it is the subset of every set. So that's very important. Null set is a subset of every set. So while listing down the subsets, you have to write this null set also as one subset. So here I can see set 1 is a subset, set 2 is a subset, set 3 is a subset, then set 1, 2 is a subset, 2, 3 is a subset, 1, 3 is a subset, and 1, 2, 3 is a subset. Then I have to write null set is also a subset. So in all the cases, while listing down the number of, listing down all the subsets, we have to include this null set also. So total there will be 2 raised to number of elements of the set. So since here it is 3 elements in the set, we can say that 2 raised to 3, that is 8 subsets will be there. And how many proper subsets? How many proper subsets will be there? So how many proper subsets means always it will be 2 raised to number of elements of A minus 1, because we will not consider the entire set as the proper subset. In the proper subset, we will not consider the full set, that is this one. So 2 raised to number of elements of A minus 1, that is here in this case number of proper subset will be 8 minus 1, that is 7. So here we were discussing about the subsets. So subset means if A is contained in B, then we call it as the subset. All the elements of A is contained in B, we call it as a subset. And the second set, if B is bigger than A, we call B is a superset. So and the number of subsets is 2 raised to n of A. 2 raised to n of A means it is 2 raised to 3, that is equal to 8. And number of proper subsets is 2 raised to number of elements of A minus 1. That is, the full set will not be contained in the proper subset. So that is number of proper subset will be 7 in this case. So once again I have to say that this null set will be always a subset of every set. So remember that null set will be subset of every set. Hope you have understood all these things. So today I was discussing here, I was giving a brief description about the first chapter. So in this chapter, I explained about sets, how to represent sets. There are two different ways of representation of the set, roster form, set builder form, and also what are the different types of sets. empty set, finite set, infinite set, and equal set. Then after that, we moved on to subsets. How many subsets will be there for a set, and what are the different subsets, and also what is a proper subset, and how many number of subsets will be there for a set, and how many number of proper subsets will be there for a set. So hope you have understood all these things. Thank you for watching my video. Remaining the chapter will be carried over in the next sessions. Hope you will be following. Please like, share and subscribe, and also click on the bell icon for more updates and notifications. Bye.